Time now for Alan Hahn's and Knicks Fix. And with that, we say hello to Alan downstairs in our Squarespace studio. Alan, it's always great to see you. Knicks 1-5, as we've talked about. But where would they be if they had been better off from the line than they've been in their first 6 games?
Yeah, it's amazing, Bill. When we talk about the issues that the Knicks are having with their offense, I think you do start with the free throws. A lot of self-inflicted wounds, and this is one of the biggest ones. So the good news is that they're getting to the line 25.5 free throw attempts per game, and that's very good. It's actually 11th most in the NBA, so you're almost into the top 10 with a number like that. The issue, of course, they're not taking advantage of these so-called free throws by shooting 67.3% from the free throw line, which is the lowest in the NBA. Now, for perspective, 76.4 is the league average. So the Knicks are at 67.3, way below the average. Now, it has proven costly, as we've talked about. 3 of those 5 losses, as we'll take a look here, were by single digits, and look at the free throw misses in these games. Obviously, the one in Boston that we just saw the other night, 7 missed free throws in a game you lost by 2. The game in Brooklyn as well, 57% from a line from a team, and game you lost by 4 points. Now, not nearly as bad in San Antonio, but still a single-digit loss, and you did not shoot the ball that well from the free throw line. Now, in comparison against Boston, for instance, as the Knicks missed 7 free throws in a 2-point game, Boston only missed 2 in that entire game. 2 culprits are Julius Randle, who's struggling right now in a lot of phases of his game at 60%, but he's a 72 for his career. You expect that number to get better. The one area is R.J. Barrett that you want to, of all the good he's done, that might be the one weakness area you talk about. He's at 45% right now on this season. That has got to get better. Now, as a freshman, we know he shot 66.5% from the line, so this is something he came into the NBA with concern. But we have reason to be positive. Our very own Walt Clyde Frazier, in his rookie year, shot 65.5% from the free throw line. But his career, a very splendiferous 78.6.
Now, that is a big word. Alan, we have trade deadline in December 15th, on December 15th, for players that have signed with new teams. We're early in the season. Anything cooking?
Yeah, you know what, and there's one player in particular, and in fact, we'll take a look at right now. Him on Friday night, a Sacramento Kings, Bogdan Bogdanović is one of those players. Talk about free throw shooting. He didn't like the way he was shooting in that game, so afterwards he comes out on the court and starts shooting free throws. Now, he's been frustrated this season as a 6th man on the Kings team, and you're wondering what his future is going to be as he's behind De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield in their backcourt. Now, the Kings aren't actively shopping the 27-year-old, but there is a lot of talk that he might be one of the big names available once the trade season, I call it, which begins, like you mentioned, December 15th, begins this year, because he turned down a 4-year, $51 million extension to stay in Sacramento. He feels he can get a lot more, so he'll be a restricted free agent this coming off season. Now we'll see if the Kings decide to move on from him at some point. There's going to be a lot of interest in him. A couple other names to keep an eye on as well as, yes, it's way too early, but it's never early because we love talking about trades. One is D'Angelo Russell, who's out with Golden State right now, but with the injury to Steph Curry, would they be willing to move on from him, or are they going to hang on to him? So that's something to watch. And then there's Chris Paul, who's in Oklahoma City, and it's a weird fit, and there's a lot of thought that they'll try to move him as well. So a little too early, but always fun to talk about trade rumors.
All right, Alan, as always, time now for our stat of the night. Please make it useful.
Yeah, it's very useful because it's about defense, and it's important. So the last 3 games, as David Fizdale's been talking about, preaching defense for this team this season, over the last 3 games, holding their opponents to 99 points per game. That's outstanding in today's NBA. 42.9% shooting and 31.7 from 3-point range. All good, a trend you'd like to see continue.